What is up, y'all? Y'all are tuning into the first pilot episode of Horizontal Refreshments. Super dope, super excited. This is the wettest podcast around. I'm Jamal.
My name is Donnie, Don, Akeem, whatever you feel like calling me at the moment.
Brad. Keep it short and sweet.
And yeah, I guess I'm just Jamal. I thought I had some nicknames.
Molly. I call him Molly sometimes.
Yeah, sounds like Molly.
Right, Molly. I was like, why are you
Molly Mall.
So Horizontal Refreshments, just to give y'all a little bit about what we're about is this podcast is going to be about all things sex and everything that encompasses, everything under the sun. Sex. And XXX, giving you the sex. So yeah, and you want to tell us a little about where the name came from?
Yeah, so I don't want to keep saying I came up with the name because I did not sit down and say Horizontal Refreshments. That sounds great. It's out of nowhere, no. But I went to a website that had 400 euphemisms for sex, and Horizontal Refreshments is a euphemism they used to use in the 1860s to say, I want to fuck you. Basically. So are you interested in a horizontal refreshment?
Yeah.
So that's where the name came from. I know that people nowadays probably wouldn't think, like, if you ask for a horizontal refreshment, you think somebody would, I would think about food.
I thought about laying down.
Right. Or I thought about like food, like being like held like horizontally.
No, I thought about laying down and he refreshed himself on this wet.
Ooh.
That's what I thought.
Period.
So I know, so that name probably went over a lot of y'all heads. So hopefully, if you didn't look it up already, it makes sense. But I feel like people gonna probably start saying horizontal refreshment.
We might have created a thing. We might have created a thing.
You're trying to be discreet. Why not?
I'm having a horizontal refreshment tonight.
Ooh.
Well,
I'm married, so I have it every night.
I tend to have them every week. I don't see my person all the time because we don't live together, but every week you can get a horizontal refreshment or vertical refreshment.
Whichever, honey.
A little
just get refreshed.
In the air, suspended, whichever one.
Yes.
Whichever one.
Hello. Hey, Raven. How you doing?
Yes.
Oh, look, Doug is watching.
Hi, baby.
Yeah.
He said, hey, man, I'm assuming that was too when you said you get horizontal refreshments.
He's like,
all the time.
That's what we were doing last night. A horizontal refreshment.
Well, I know she was good and drunk, so I'm pretty sure.
Nah, y'all kept me out too late last night. He was asleep.
Oh, Lord. Sorry, y'all missed out on your horizontal refreshment last night.
Yes.
So we about to go into our first segment before we get into our main topic. Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
Do you see I see.
I see it too, because I watched it.
I watched it again.
I watched it so many times. He's probably sick of it. I've watched it so many times. So we're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes.
And Monique in that binder. I meant to bring a binder so I could be dramatic when I talked about the binder. So I could bring out a binder like, yeah. But my thoughts on the binder were, because I saw some comments, these were the minority though, saying that she was messy, she had no right to do that it was a bad idea, why would she accumulate a book of receipts? But what they don't understand is that this girl, Giselle, literally came for her family, and she was just giving the same energy.
Not even just that. I'm gonna stop you right there and I'm gonna let you continue. Not only did she come for her family, she been coming for her since Monique got on the show.
And I think Giselle is jealous of Monique because Monique is a beautiful, dark-skinned chocolate woman, and Giselle is used to just being as a light-skinned, attractive woman. And don't get me wrong, I acknowledge that I'm light-skinned, but I do believe in light-skinned privilege. That people do treat light-skinned people better because they're lighter skinned. So with Monique being a beautiful dark-skinned woman, and with the stereotypes that we deal with in society, with darker skin being looked at as threatening or aggressive, like they said on the reunion, that with Monique fitting a certain mold, that Giselle just was like, I got a binder too.
And this is Potomac, right?
Yeah, it's Potomac.
And who said it, like somebody looked aggressive, or like
they tried to say that Wendy was aggressive
and Candace were aggressive. But okay, so to touch on that though, because I do understand and respect what Wendy was trying to say about that topic, but in the same sense, Funky Dineva also put it really well when he said, you may not want to be called that word, but if you don't want to be called that word, don't display that action. And they were being aggressive in the instance that they were discussing.
This is the thing too. I agree with you. However, I also think that we need to call light-skinned women the same thing when they act the same way.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know about nobody else, but I do.
So
because Giselle and Robin got real aggressive with Ashley in her restaurant, like they was about to do something.
You love Wendy. I'm sorry, Raven. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you would even say, you know, how to quote New York. Wendy, I can't stand her
at all.
Sorry. I can't stand. My favorites are Monique, Wendy Ashley, and Karen. Here. Yeah, Wendy gets no love. You would never hear Wendy spoken highly of unless Jamal decides to start watching and like Wendy. Because over here, we see each other.
Yeah, I'm definitely the one who I haven't watched a single episode of Potomac. I've only seen some of the clips from the reunion. The only Housewives show that, hey, Joey.
Hey, Joey, thank you.
I have seen is like Atlanta, and that's the only thing I know about.
Well, let's move into that because we want to try to keep it concise. So let's move into Atlanta. Aggressive is aggressive. Period. So Atlanta's first episode.
I rewatched it before I came and I cried again.
Yeah, it made me very emotional. Remember, I was both when I talked to both of them, we send voice messages back and forth. We don't actually text each other. We send voice messages.
It's so much easier.
It is so much easier, and it's less time consuming. And I can get out my thoughts without having to take the time to type it out.
Walmart.
Right.
I don't want that.
So you heard my emotion in the voice. Like I cried. And remember, first time I watched it, I was tipsy. So I attributed my emotion to me being tipsy. The second time I watched it, I was sober and I still cried. Portia, I'm so proud of her. I'm beyond proud of her. But did you watch the second episode?
Of course.
I did not
get that far.
Oh, well.
I tried to watch the second episode. The first time, I forget what happened, why I didn't finish. But the second time, I know I fell asleep on it.
Oh, well, I'll take over here because it was boring. Okay. First of all, LaToya, baby, get some business. All right. Everybody know that Drew didn't actually steal Derwin from Melanie. Like, get over it, live. Girl, do something with yourself. And then she, I guess, was talking about how her sugar daddy bought her first car or something like that. And then she got offended when some of them had some negative things to say about it. Don't put your business out there if you don't want somebody to say something negative. You're not going to get all positive feedback all the time just because you okay with.
You have to be okay with what people say. Yeah.
Exactly. So. And then Drew dropped the bomb about her husband leaving for days at a time. Like, that was just cool. Then once the girls seemed to be outraged, then she wanted to go back and ask him where he was. He wouldn't have stepped foot in the motherfucking door before I would have been on his ass. Where the hell you been?
3 days.
It wouldn't have taken me to have a conversation with these ladies to confront him.
And I did hear about that. I kind of wanted to, because I was talking about some people about that. Like, how do y'all feel about him leaving? And I guess
the locks would have been changed before he got back. Me personally,
sure, he would have walked in the door to a bottle in his face.
Damn near would have had a new man. Like, shoot, I mean, me for 3 days. You don't text back, call, nothing. I'm single. What you mean?
I see both sides, and I
see both sides. What's the other side?
The other side
what is the other side?
I guess if there was another side, the other side would be like, okay, we got into some really deep stuff. I need my space. I feel like if I tell, well, I don't know. Did he say that?
No.
He just left?
He just left.
Okay.
So
he didn't respond to no messages.
Okay.
No, and the thing is, they're married with children too.
Yeah.
So if you need space, fine, but you need to correlate that to your spouse. You don't just up and leave.
I agree.
And then he tried to tell Cynthia's fiance Mike that he made sure the house was straight and How could you make sure the house was straight if you wasn't even answering your phone? You don't know if they had to rush somebody to the ER or something.
This is the other thing too. He left without any notice, but put cameras around the house to keep an eye on her while he was gone. So God knows what he was doing.
Making sure the house was good.
And you know, most cheaters like to keep their eye on the other person when they're doing what they do.
Take your ass in the other room.
Exactly. Space your ass on that couch.
Oh my God, Doug. He did. He left the fucking
supposedly.
state.
I don't know if I believe that either.
Because what if he was so emotionally wrecked that he felt like if I told you where I was, you're gonna pop up on me, and I don't want to see.
If I tell you I'm in Florida, you don't know what part of Florida I'm in, but you need to communicate. I mean, a city is a big place. I could have told you I was going to Chicago. Okay, I could have told you the exact place I'm going. That don't mean you're gonna find me.
He could have said he was in Tampa. You know, when she was messaging him, that don't mean she would have found him.
And I don't know. That's a little extreme to me. If a person says they need space, I usually allow them that because that's for the best. Same. It's for the best. If somebody say they need space, then allow them their space. Right. But communicate that and say that. Exactly. Because when people need space, they need it now.
And on top of that, let's be 100. If she got up and left with no notice, didn't tell him when answering text messages, she would have came home to the divorce papers. Period. Because men can never take what they dish out. So don't do it to her if you know you wouldn't be okay with her doing it to you.
I notice that a lot in heterosexual relationships. I'm sorry. When gay relationships are a little different because with gay men, it's a little different because they're two men. But I notice that a lot in heterosexual relationships that men do a lot of things that they cannot take when you do it, including like cheating. Like when a woman cheats, it's like the end of the world. But it's like you cheated on her 5 times, bro. Like what's going on?
Like, it comes down to like ego and fragile, like
toxic masculinity.
Masculinity, things like that, or
but they don't want to have that conversation.
You know what? Speaking of that, since we're talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, I go back and I watch, the older seasons too, and I was watching the season before the one that's on TV now, and the last thing I saw was Portia having a conversation with Dennis about him cheating. And it was about the wedding and stuff. And he was being real obnoxious and he was acting like she was bogus for putting him out the house. Like he hadn't cheated, like he didn't do something to deserve it type of thing. And as y'all can see in this current season, they ain't together no more. And I was telling my mom, we was sitting there watching it together. I'm like, you can tell by this conversation that they was not going to make it because he can't even completely own up to the fact that he cheated.
There was a scene, you watch it back, so maybe you can pinpoint this scene, but there was a scene where Portia was talking to him about cheating, and he was like, well, you do stuff too, talking about her attitude or the way
they were in the therapist's office, and he was like, I feel like it's always me, but I ain't the only one that got to do work.
Anybody who's had any dating experience, come on now, people have attitudes. That come with dating. That come with not even dating. That come with having relationships with people. Period.
And she is Cancer, so she has emotional attitude.
So since you have an attitude sometimes, because clearly she don't have an attitude all the time. If you were committed to dating her, so since she has an attitude, sometimes you think that makes it okay for you to cheat or that it equals the same thing.
And let's be clear, also, it wasn't a regular attitude. She was going through postpartum. So that's a whole nother devil in itself. So she was going through some real issues and she really needed support. And when she needed the most support from him, he was cheating. There. And then when he got caught, had the nerve to say, well, you wasn't emotionally available. Nigga, I couldn't help it.
I don't think sometimes straight men, because I don't know. I feel like maybe sometimes gay men understand women more. But I don't think sometimes straight men understand what women go through. Like I don't even date women. I understand postpartum. Maybe it's because I don't date women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't have to deal with it. But I understand postpartum. I understand when you have a baby that, things may be haywire, relationships get hard, all of that type of stuff. So I don't understand what is so hard for a straight man to get that. But
so do y'all dislike her husband more or Kenya's guy?
I actually don't dislike Dennis. even though he cheated on my girl and Portia is my favorite housewife, I don't dislike him. I just wish that he could have been the man that he wanted to be for her. I wish he could have been that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they could have worked it out, stayed together.
I agree. I don't dislike
But
him.
I respect that she wasn't gonna take that.
I don't dislike him. I don't like Mark.
I do dislike Mark Daly though.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Although a lot of people say that Kenya deserved the treatment that she got from him and all this good stuff, I still feel like no woman deserved that.
Yeah,
I
no
feel
matter
bad.
how much you were like, because I mean, no one. Well, I ain't gonna say no one. There are some people who like Kenya. I don't even really watch the show that much, but I don't really like her character, I guess. But,
apparently, he didn't either.
Yeah, but I definitely have seen like the way that he has spoken to her. You know, just.
And I say this all the time too. Listen, I know that Matt was crazy as hell and all that good stuff, but he treated her way better than Mark, and she married Mark in a couple months.
Yeah, she married him too fast. She didn't know who
way
he was.
too fast. She didn't know who he really was.
Yeah, what they got married? What after 4 months?
4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. Yeah.
It seemed like the happiest day they had was their wedding day.
This
Don't
what
seem
I want.
like no happiness.
This is what I want Mark to do.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
That's what he needs to do.
We'll switch gears to the sound of music.
Absolutely. We're gonna get into the sound of music. And you know, Britt, this is your thing.
This is my
album.
Thing. Yes. So I chose Megan Good News. Surprise, surprise. If y'all went to her concert at the rave before she really blew up, then
oh yeah, we were there.
We were there.
That's the night you met Berto.
Yes, that was the night I met. No. I
DC.
met him then like a night or two before then at your apartment.
Okay.
And then I saw him again that night.
Oh yeah, you did, because it was the three of us, and then I remember, I forgot all about that.
And I liked him instantly.
Yes, child, she loved her some Berto from day one. She loved her some Berto. So back then, you know what's funny is that the outfit I'm wearing today is actually the exact same thing I wore to the concert.
Is it?
Yes.
Was it hot in there?
No, well,
it was hot.
I took the coat off.
It was hot, but honestly, literally everybody that was in the rave that night could care less who was even next to them. Because I didn't even remember he was standing next to me. He forgot I was next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we was all still bopping the entire auditorium.
Megan created a vibe, and for her to open it with Realer, this is before Good News. So for her to open it with Realer,
I think that song is unanimous with everybody.
I want to talk, and the whole crowd was just like,
yes, like it was a wrap from there.
That's a vibe, you know. That's
that song is that song is a vibe.
Still,
but
it's a Good News.
So Good News. What's your favorite song on the album?
I have several.
Oh, okay,
but it's just a couple. I only chose a few to talk about, and I'm trying to talk about the ones that aren't so popular. So we won't be talking about Body today.
Well, hold on. We're gonna touch on Body.
Shortly.
Yes.
We're gonna get through the whole,
keep it brief.
Okay, all I'm gonna say is Body. No, I'm saying. All I'm gonna say is that is my shit.
And that Jamal knows all the choreography.
Yeah, Jamal can do the whole choreography to Body. So
I didn't try. I was like, no.
And when I say I watch that like once a day at least, either the live performance or the video, I have to see.
You know
Body.
what? The one thing I do have to say about Body is I saw the video first before I really paid attention to the song. And as soon as I saw Taraji in the video, I knew I was gonna like it. It didn't matter what the hell she had to say. As soon as I saw Taraji, I was like, yep.
It took me a while to figure out that was her. I think it's the second clip, and then that wasn't like a shade, but like it was one of those things like, is that Taraji? And then that second clip or whatever, I'm like,
I feel like I recognize Taraji anywhere because I have always said that Taraji looks identical to my cousin Melania.
Yeah, she does look like Melania.
So
we've been saying that since before Taraji was like popping.
Yeah, so whenever I see her, I swear I'm like, there go my cousin. Oh no, wait, that's not her. So,
she does look like Melania.
Shout out to Melania. Nails by Marjani.
Hello. But hold on, before we stop talking about Body, the other thing I want to say about the video is Black China Kill Yourself.
Ooh.
What?
She like a corpse.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can. I just did.
My wig's still on, right? I think he blew it back.
Black China, stop getting work done. You are done. Stop.
Definitely
please.
Expecting to get some.
She was a lot prettier before some of them
I just stopped paying
surgeries.
attention.
You know, like I feel like people like Nikki, people like I'm trying to think of someone else who stopped just short of looking crazy. They still look. They can be cute. Like, did you see Cardi's new? No, not body wise, but like face wise. I think Nikki got a nose job. Beyonce's had one too. But did you see Cardi's new lips?
What are they, bigger or something?
Yes. She needs to stop because she's about to start looking crazy
well,
too.
you know, everybody be paying for lips like this. You know what I'm saying?
We used to call them soup coolers when we was little.
Everybody can't be blessed.
Why? My lips ain't that big, but shit, I wish they were. So I understand why these women are doing this, but they just Black China stop.
Yeah.
I mean, certain things just don't look good on everybody. Like, I get people be wanting to change stuff, but some things is just
did you pay attention to her in the body video? She was made up and still looked a mess.
Who?
Black China.
Oh, no. Black China definitely looked a mess. I just wasn't gonna mention
the
it.
ones that I was just like, okay, well, I'm ready to see.
Jordan Woods looked beautiful.
She always looked beautiful. I've never seen her look bad ever.
Me neither. Malibu Mitch looked beautiful too. Shout out to Malibu Mitch. Bernice, as much work as she's had done on her body, she looks beautiful as well.
She typically always looks beautiful.
And then there was another woman in the video. I don't know her name, but
Delicious was in it.
Delicious.
Yes.
You gonna have to point that out.
Y'all know I know that ass. Anywhere I'm in love with that woman.
I like Delicious in her shit stained eye. But remember when New York said that?
I remember, but damn, it's 2020. Y'all ain't never gonna let her live that down, huh? That shit ain't been gone for years.
But she does look completely.
She looks like a whole nother person.
Well, I loved her from the start.
Okay, but we're getting off track. Hold on.
So what would y'all say is your favorite song off of the album?
So one of them for me is Shots Fired. Obviously, her song about that guy. I thought it was, you know, it was like the rapper way to get back at him and move the hell on. And hopefully we ain't got to hear shit else about this because quite frankly, I'm tired.
I didn't even, when that whole thing, I didn't even pay attention. I mean, I might have watched like their kind of responses, but after that, I'm like, it's been going on since
I was over it ASAP because people took to the internet giving their opinions immediately, like they really knew what the fuck happened just because she said a piece here, he said a piece there. At the end of the day, we don't know what the hell happened. What we do know is that she was shot.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't make that up. And I hate people calling her a liar, saying she never
or
got
a
shot.
snitch. Honestly, listen,
She's
somebody shoot me, I'm telling. I don't give a fuck. Black, brown, my daddy, my cousin, I'm telling.
It was
shoot me,
you.
Okay? I'm loud as hell, so best believe they gonna hear me.
Right, they gonna hear you. So you said that. Shots Fired for you. That's your favorite?
That's one of them. The other one is Movie.
Okay.
I like Movie with Lil Baby.
No, it's with Lil
you feel like
it
was like, oh, that's because I was like the Lil Baby song. You feel like it's a little,
yeah, you was over.
No, I don't like
Baby,
Cry
right?
Baby. Yeah, it's with the baby.
Yeah.
I don't like Cry Baby because it feels like a Megan feature as opposed to her song, especially because she comes on last and her verse is really short and it's just the baby just took over. Mm-hmm. My wife's so damn fine. I'm proud of y'all. Keep the energy. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, baby.
So since Brittany already said Shots Fired, because that's one of the standout tracks to me as well, I'm gonna go with two. I'm gonna go with Circles. I love the Jasmine Sullivan sample.
Yes.
And Freaky Girls with SZA. I really like that. You made me pay attention to that song.
It's so
I do love that song.
So that was one of the songs that when I first heard it that was one of the songs I was repeating all the time.
I got one more favorite. Go Crazy featuring Big Sean and 2 Chainz, solely because Big Sean and 2 Chainz are my favorite rappers. And Megan. So it's like all my favorite rappers on one track. So I was like so geek when I saw that. Yes, I think I am 2 Chainz. Right. That's my rapper alter ego.
You put it up there. You added it to the collection. So Donnie's looking for a bottle.
Oh, that's smart because he's always knocking over alcohol.
But I think the way the album, because I mean, I definitely have some friends who, or one specific friend who, I mean, he thought that was good, but like he also felt like some of her other projects have been better. I think we can kind of agree on that.
Better.
I definitely think Fever should have been the album.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think, at least for me, and my like statement on like her albums, I feel like Good News and where she's at now, it's its own type of growth. in its own type of way. So I guess if anything, the maybe production, performances, that type of stuff, you see more growth. But so far as like the cohesiveness of the album, I do prefer Fever over Good News. But I think she still showed some growth in like Good News.
Y'all remember what we said last night about her too, right?
What did we say?
That she is the best
female rap performer.
Wise.
Yeah. Nobody can touch her. And it's crazy because when Cardi first started performing, I thought, and I'm not even a big Cardi fan. I'm a Barb. Definitely so Cardi's performances were really good to me because as much as I love Nicki, I don't think performing is her strong suit. So when Cardi first started performing, I was like, okay, yeah, I can get into this. But Megan
set a bar, and then Megan
took the bar.
It.
Yeah. I think with the female rappers who are performing and doing well, they all just kind of evolved and just kind of continue to outdo each other. Because I think of like Nicki, she has a few, but overall she's not known for performing. And I think of like some of Lil' Kim's performances, like I think we're good, but that's part of like her just maybe personality, way she commands the stage that maybe Nicki wasn't able to command the stage.
Because neither one of them can dance.
Yeah. And then you have Cardi who came in doing some stuff, and then Megan took it to the next level and
twerking that ass.
But I think all the female rappers out right now who are like newer, like in this last 5 years, are honestly performing well and performing in a way that we haven't seen female rappers do before. Because City Girls have been performing good. Mulatto, Megan,
Saucy. Let me see you walk.
So let's get into some things.
So we're about to get into our sexcapades.
Yes, my favorite part.
Which we'll be bringing to you every episode. We're going to be reviewing, talking about, and giving you the goods and the tea on a sex toy.
I like a dick with a little bit of curve.
Ooh,
so,
yes.
Donnie, tell us about what you got here.
So I brought my blue dildo.
It's Navi penis.
So I don't know how many straight or gay viewers we have, but I am what's known as a top, which means that I pitch that thing more than I take that thing.
So you're a verse top then?
Well, I'm becoming a verse top.
That's the first question I asked him when he told me he was gay.
Like, you taking or giving?
So is you on top or is you on the bottom? Is that offensive? Can I ask you that?
I don't think it's offensive with me and you, but I wouldn't walk around asking people that.
I always ask permission before I ask a crazy question because I don't know who I'm gonna offend.
Right. And when I say Brittany is probably the biggest ally, no, she is the biggest ally I know to the gay community, aside from my sister, like Leah. But
touch the vein.
This is, it looked like it's clean, but I mean, it got hair on it. No, that's probably my hair. But this is a dildo. It's a little wet. Yeah, it was the way it looked because it's not wet. It do got lint on it. That's how you know I haven't used it in a minute. But I got a dildo because I am a top, and I've been trying to recently work on bottoming. So I bought the smallest dildo I could find. This is 5 inches. And I've used it, and it's oh wait. So since we're talking about this and me bottoming, I do want to talk about Brittany, I doubt you had any experiences. I don't know if you've had anal sex before. Have you?
So somebody attempted once, and I did not know that we were going to make this attempt. So I ended up doing a backflip off the bed and made him take me home. That's about as close as I got to it.
So there's a thing you have to do because once I bought this toy, I bought it in conjunction with a douche. Because I feel like some of y'all out there don't know that it's shit in your ass. And so you want to make sure that motherfucker clean if you're going to engage in playing with yourself or having sex with
or others,
else.
Right?
Yeah.
Clean it.
You definitely would rather have shit on your dick, on your dildo, than somebody else's dick. But
either way,
you can make a few mistakes with a dildo because it's not the real thing.
It's you can make a few mistakes. That's why I suggest practicing. That's what the fuck I'm doing.
But either way, keep it clean.
Yes, douche.
So what did it feel like when you first put it inside of your anus?
Yeah, because I have hemorrhoids, so Bonquisha won't be doing that.
So when I first started,
I do.
It happens.
Yeah,
it does.
I wouldn't mind trying it, but the hemorrhoids is like, hell no.
Remember,
I share too much. Oh well.
Well, you think she bad?
We're just getting
right.
started.
We're just getting started because she shared too much. I definitely shared too much because I was just gonna say, oh, hey, Melissa, that's Jamal's friend. So, so for me, when I first started doing it, I actually had an anal wart. So it didn't feel the best, and I had to go get it like removed, and they thought that it was cancerous. So they had to test it. It was it was benign. Yeah, really? It was benign. Yeah, but it was benign. I mean, obviously, but yeah, painful so it wasn't. Like I had to get it zapped off. It's like I haven't looked at my ass, so I don't know. They said it's some discolorization that's gonna happen back there, but I haven't looked. Maybe somebody could tell me. Is it some discolorization or not? But right, well, it wasn't. It didn't feel as good then because the wart was like. It wasn't big, but it was big enough. So big enough to hurt. Yeah, it was big enough to hurt. So, since the wart has been removed, sorry, I'm talking with the dick. Since the wart has been removed, it feels better. But whenever this dick is in me, I feel like I have to pee. Like that's
why they be peeing in them videos. Like, oh, you gonna make me?
But I like pee.
I think that's like typical.
I like pee.
I mean, some people.
I'm like really in bed though.
Don't like that.
No, I don't want to pee in my bed. No. We have to do that in the bathroom.
So what if somebody was topping you and then you felt like you had to pee? Would you get up right on pee or let it happen?
I would have to get off the dick and go pee. But when I know that I want to pee, because that's one of my fetishes. That's one of my fetishes. I like to pee on and get peed on. So yeah, as long as I don't get it, I don't anything in my hair. That's my biggest thing. Don't get shit in my hair. Yo cum, yo pee, yo spit, nothing. So don't get shit in my hair.
Don't even sneeze.
Right. Don't sneeze on my hair.
Don't breathe on my hair. What kind of like lube do you use with, or did you use with,
like
or
water,
each time?
baby oil.
You want to use a water-based condom all the time. You know, the reason why I use a water-based condom is because like when you use a water-based lubricant, is because when you use
why is you using a rubber? I was gonna let you finish your explanation, but that question was coming. Like, bro, safety is cool and everything.
Wait, oh my God, this got interesting. Yes, Richard. I didn't know. I thought that was common knowledge because I'm such an open person. I thought everybody knew that.
You
I
have said this around me a million times. So
yeah,
I be forgetting though, but
I like pee.
I mean, it's not something I
just don't get it in my hair.
Remember.
So I assume you would be like sitting in the shower or something. Somebody would like.
You don't have to sit. I mean, it can happen in a bathroom. Period. You could be on the toilet and be like, "Baby, pee on me."
So then, would it get everywhere and then you would clean up?
Yeah, you would clean it up.
You just sitting in it.
Just like a Herbal commercial. Yes.
That's the prostate gland being stimulated. It makes you feel like you have to pee.
That makes sense.
That's what
the pro.
That's because a lot of people, even females, like you hit that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm learning. I knew I was gonna learn something about straight sex.
That's why a lot of people like squirting is pee. That's why they say that.
Oh my God! Is there a certain place you like to be pissed on?
You like it on the thigh?
No, I like it. I like it on my chest. And I like to become. I like people to come on me too. But
I actually like that too.
I do too.
But on my chest is my favorite space. I've never had anybody pee or piss. I'm sorry, pee or come on my face ever.
Oh, I have.
I love sexuals.
I've never had it. I've never swallowed either.
I haven't either.
Oh. Guess I'm just
you're married. Bitch. You ain't married for no reason.
Guess I'm just the nasty bitch here. Right.
So, Brittany, I know you have some sort of like vibrating object.
Yes, that I found. It's huge.
Huge.
My vagina isn't huge, but the vibrator is huge. It's actually a body massager, But my husband decided to be creative one night and use it for other purposes since I didn't use it as a body massager while I was pregnant. So.
Did you squirt?
I did. I did. I'm a squirter anyway, though.
Ooh.
So
Ooh. Ooh.
it happens.
Ooh.
It happens. Damn it. I've also used little cock ring before, the little vibrating cock ring.
So
Like he
Doug
had it
used
on?
it. You used it.
She.
You know, I had a life before I met Douglas. He's not the only man I've had sex with.
I don't think he's viewing anymore. Anyway.
Nobody matters, but we're talking about our sex toys today, so I got to talk about my sex toy experiences. I'm trying to remember anything else. Handcuffs.
Okay.
I guess that
No,
counts
you know,
as
I have
toy.
control issues. I cannot do handcuffs.
Really?
No, because I feel like if I
I
cannot
love
move when
handcuffs.
I want to move, don't blindfold me and
Cuff
don't
me,
handcuff
spank me,
No.
slap me,
Oh, girl, you
pull
in the
my
S&M.
hair.
S
Listen.
S S N M
You
M.
could yank
M.
this damn wig the hell off during sex. I wouldn't give a fuck.
So were you handcuffed to the bed or just your arms were just
Both.
Okay.
I've done both.
Have you heard of a sling before?
Yes, I want that so bad. Oh my god.
Sling be cute.
I'm just shocked.
They got them at
Oh.
Temptations right there on
Oh, you
what's
know.
the name?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. We plugging family. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, slings are cute. I
want
first saw
one
one in a
so
bathhouse, and you would like.
Oh,
That's
you
where you
been to a
first saw it?
bathhouse?
I first saw it on Girlfriends. Lynn freaky ass.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes. And
Yes.
ever since I saw it on there, I was like, oh, bitch. That's why I always used to argue with you about if I acted like Maya or Lynn, because I may act like Maya, but I'm a freak like Lynn. Goddamn it.
Yeah.
When I saw that swing, I was like, bitch, we here.
Yeah.
We understand
We
each other.
see each other.
Right.
I liked all the girlfriends just to Richard, we have every time we talk about sex, we always end up having a lot in
I don't
common.
mind being in control,
Except
but I don't mind
for
letting him
the
take
fact that I
control
probably like to be
either.
peed on. But me and Richard usually agree. When you met Richard before? That's Joey's best friend.
That name sounds so familiar. I have to see his face because that picture ain't gone.
All right.
Yeah, it's not
The
showing you
picture's
his
a little
face.
mysterious.
It's cute, but it's not going. I can't see his face.
Yeah. But Richard is like the coolest person ever. He's a Cancer too.
Typically, majority of the people
Right.
that y'all introduced me to, though, are cool as hell.
Can we get back to fetishes? I don't think everybody had a chance to share. Okay, so let me say my two fetishes, and then I'll let them go. My two fetishes are being pissed on and pissing on someone, and I love musk, not must. Musk. I like the smell, like when you go to the gym and like you're sweating, and I
That's
like
not
that
must.
smell. No, because must is bitch. You ain't take a shower today, and
Oh.
you stank. Go take a shower.
I
Yes, and that's actually, people used to call it so weird, but pheromones is actually how people were attracted to each other before we had fragrances and colognes and perfumes. You know.
Doug will tell you, I sniff him all the time. I love his pheromones.
Yes. So those are my
Like-
fetishes. What about you?
You go first.
I feel like I'm still kind of like discovering some of that stuff and what I like and what I don't. But I definitely know I love like facials. I wouldn't even say like I'm a person who's super infatuated with like cum, but I like the idea of people like coming on me or slutting me out type of thing, like a bukkake. Like
Yes.
Like
50
I
love
dicks
being
around
his
me
little
and they're
slut,
all
basically. Like that's my fetish. I love being his little whatever the fuck he say we doing, that's what we doing.
yeah.
He coming on me. I would even be okay with him pissing on me, honestly. It ain't too much that I'm not okay with, especially
Well,
being
that's your
married.
husband.
I'm open. Like
Slightly.
He said, "Amen, Donnie. I love pheromones too, slightly though."
yeah, because you make it sound nasty. I'm sorry.
Right.
You make it sound like just stank mustiness.
No, I said musk.
I
not
know,
must.
but it still sounds musty.
Well, there was this one guy who like wanted me to like. Well, he said he loved like a man smell. So at that point, I'm like, okay, it can't be too bad.
I like
but-
man smell, man.
But he didn't want me to like, shower and all this other stuff.
Yes,
And then-
he-
and
Yeah,
he
that
was-
would've been
and
me.
But I was like, but it was less about
Oh, I
him.
used pheromone spray before. They got pheromone spray,
They do.
Did it work?
right? That's what
Did
you
it
need to
attract people
answer.
to you?
Did it?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, it worked.
But it was less about me, but more of like, or less about him, but more about like, I'm not comfortable with my smelling myself like that. And he was like, and I was like, I lied. I was like, well, I already showered, which I did. And then he was like, well, if you could just maybe take a shit and maybe wipe once, I would be okay with it.
Let me be very clear. I don't like that shit.
When it comes to shit, that type of shit be alarming me.
I'm not eating no ass. What?
And he probably wanted to eat it and everything else.
Oh, hell to the no.
Eating shit
to the
is
no.
Yeah, that's where
I draw the line at that. I don't want that. Now, at first I was agreeing with him. I was like, oh, he didn't want you to shower. Okay, I could get that. But take a shit and wipe one time? No.
Since I already showered, that was his way to even it out.
I don't like that.
That's nasty.
Very.
Child, let's move on, honey. That's a good way to end it.
That upset everybody. Child. I feel like that's common consensus. We gonna all draw the line at eating shit. Okay, cool.
No 2 girls, 1 cup. So yeah, we about to go into our. Well, first, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Like I said, every episode we are going to be bringing you sex toys. And the things of that nature. So when our next episode comes out, it'll be a new toy, new thing you play with, and it's gonna be real every time. But we about to go into our main stuff, our main topic, our main zhuzh, our main tea, which is sexuality and everything that encompasses, because it's a big umbrella.
Yes.
And it's gonna be a lot of rain droplets under it.
So. I can't stand the rain
against my window.
So I guess we just start with that. Sexuality. What are y'all thoughts on it? What does it mean to you?
What is your sexuality? How about we start there? Brittany, how do you identify?
Oh, and it's not obvious. I'm pan. I love everyone. No, I'm kidding. I do love everybody, but
you love everybody, but you don't love everybody sexually.
So I'm hetero.
Well, I am a gay man who has. I might be a little confused because I'm a gay man, but I'm not against dating. I wouldn't not date a trans man. I just wouldn't want to fuck her. I mean him in the front area. I don't know if I want a pussy, but I'm very sexually attracted to women as well. I mean, not sexually attracted, physically attracted. I don't want to have sex with women, but I find them very attractive. I still think
that bad experience tainted you. I think you scared after that.
He had some really.
I had one experience with a woman and her vagina.
Virgina.
Yes, I'm from the South now.
That's how you know it was stanky.
It was not the best experience. It was stanky. It it just wasn't ideal. So
slept with a man right after that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh no, I'm done.
What about you?
For me, I feel like my identity has like changed over time, because there was a period of time where I was straight, and then started dabbling with like men, and I was just like confused, and I was like, well, am I bi and things like that. But I guess for like now, I call myself like queer, because that's just what I like to say. Or I'm a man. I'm SGL.
Y'all dating
same gender
men,
loving.
But y'all open to women if it happens.
Like because I feel like sexuality is on a spectrum, and it's definitely okay for a person to know what they like, but I think it's also okay for a person not to know what they like too. And sometimes I think there's double standards with that, and maybe shaming, like, well, or this pressure to put people into certain things. And if a person doesn't know, that is okay. Or if a person likes multiple things, that is okay too.
If I ever got a divorce, I'll be honest and say I will be open to pretty much anything. Mm-hmm. I feel like, but
no, Doug ain't letting this woman go.
Never happen.
Doug ain't letting this woman go. He gonna beat her ass. She
that
try
man,
to leave.
He could pass and be hunting me from the grave. Like, nope, we still married.
And when it comes to like sexuality,
with that wrestling belt still on his shoulder,
like Intercontinental Champions looking for you. What are you gonna do when I run wild on you? But yeah, I think there's also like, double standards that we have sexuality as well too. So that
Absolutely.
like I talked about earlier, that pressure of like trying to put people in the boxes and the double standards of like sometimes happens between men and women.
So let me ask you a question, since you said you'll be open to anything, because a lot of times what happens is that men are very receptive to women being bisexual. Would you date a bisexual man? So
I would be open if I ever was, out on the market again. I would be open, but my thing would be, you have to be honest with me though. If you are sleeping with other people while me and you are sleeping together, I need to know, so I make sure that we are protected the way we need to be.
right.
But other than that,
So a trans woman.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, T.S. Madison is at the top of my list, baby. You know what I'm saying? If it ever happens, call me.
Didn't I just show you the video of her dick?
Yes.
Yes. It's very big.
But I felt that way off her boobs alone. Honestly, her body is confusing. Take both.
No, but I don't think I'm open to a trans woman.
Really?
I think that that's not something that I think I'm attracted to. If
I can see that.
I think the things I'm open to are obviously men. I don't know about women. I don't know, because I'm physically attracted to women, but like you said, I think that experience I had was just.
I think that experience really scared him, because when he gets drunk, he goes after women. When he likes women porn.
Oh yeah, he saw me.
See you humping on some.
He likes women porn. He likes lesbian porn. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
it's there. But that experience really kind of like got him like.
But I think that's that spectrum of like, you can obviously know what you want to, but at the same time, if there's certain situations that happen and put you in certain places, that's like okay at the same time too. Because you might, maybe what if you were on vacation and some guy hit you up and is like, well, we doing some group sex, and there were like 2 girls there too, and you were drunk, and whatever happens, like you might be, fucking the girl while the guy's eating your ass or something.
Sucking the girl.
Oh, fucking the girl while he's eating your ass.
Girl, no.
If anything, he would probably titty fuck her first. If anything would happen, to be honest.
She can suck my dick.
But you like boobs too, so I can see you titty fucking a bitch.
You said what?
I can see you titty fucking a bitch because you like boobs.
I do like when I get drunk. I grab boobs, and I do have straight moments sometimes, as you know, and especially. But I forgot about that party.
I never got that chance. I met my husband at 19.
I'm married to a man, but I like girls, so I was dating and dealt with them both.
You're fortunate. You got to dabble.
Well, shit, try to talk to your husband into a threesome. Shit.
We actually talked about that.
I was talking to her, but I mean, feel free.
Talked about that. I personally wouldn't. I think he would be okay with the threesome. I wouldn't be okay with the threesome. I always said, like, if I was gonna have a threesome, I had to have it before I married him. It would have to be with a guy that I don't care about like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. And it's selfish as hell, but I don't think I could.
And that's okay.
Wait.
Watch him do that.
So
I don't think I could.
Would you? The third person, if y'all was to have a threesome, would the third person be male or female?
It would definitely be a female. I would not want 2 dudes fucking me. I'm not knocking none of the people that do that. I just personally would not want 2 dudes fucking me.
As long as he was honest, I would date a bi man.
I guess you could say she fucking them, but I'm
okay. I want to make sure we respond to the comments. I respect that, because it's starting to change. A lot of women are open to dating bi men, but I respect women because a lot of times when somebody says they're bi as a man, not as a woman, but as a man, they're automatically categorized as gay.
Well,
and that's that
I actually
pressure
don't
that I
think
talked about
that
to put people in
it
boxes.
wasn't. I think it's more openly accepted now. It was a lot of women that were willing to do it, because I know a lot of older gay men with children, and they're very much gay, and their kids' mothers knew they were gay, but they were straight up with them and told them, "I want a kid.
Yeah.
Let's."
Or there are other things that were important, like, okay, so we got this house, we got these mortgages, we have investments.
It's females out here that are perfectly okay with it. It's just that people are just now getting comfortable, just now being more open about it.
Yeah. So
I was gonna ask, would
I was
you
gonna
be
ask the question too, but go ahead.
would
Go
you
ahead.
be kind of the same question you asked Brittany? Would you? Or I think it was a question, but would you date a guy who told you he was bi and he wanted to do stuff with women sometimes?
Well, I have dated bisexual men before, but if I was dating a guy who told me he wanted to invite a woman into the bedroom, I don't think I would be able. Look at Stefan. Come on, Red Cups. I don't think I would be able to do that.
He should be here making our drinks.
Right. I don't think I'll be able to do that just because child, have we heard noises? Child, the ring is in here.
It's coming to take you away.
But I don't think I would be able to do that just because like I said, I'm physically attracted to women. I think the sexual part is gone. The thrill is gone.
Ooh, that's terrible.
The thrill is gone away.
You were about to ask. What was the question you were about to ask?
Oh, so I was going to ask Brittany because you made a statement, and I guess I can make this open to both of you. With the threesome. So you said you don't. I think you said you don't think you could do it. I can't remember something.
Oh! You know what? I did have more to say to that. In our talk, I told him if we ever were to have a threesome, I would probably only allow the female to like suck his balls. Okay. Like she could like suck his balls or whatever while I'm sucking his dick or something like that.
Hey, Brittany.
But that's about all I got so far. I'm open to considering more.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So this was my question. If you had a partner, y'all were committed and y'all were dating, what would you be more open to? Not saying you would do either, but what would you be more open to? Like an open relationship or a polyamorous relationship? Meaning that it's, you know what polyamory is, right? So
it'd be open for me.
It'd be open for you?
Answer right away. Even though
it'd be open for me too.
And it's hard. It's easier said than done. But like if I had to choose between the two, definitely open because I don't want, I guess, multiple main partners.
I've done the open relationship thing before, kind of thing, and it worked out perfectly fine for me. It was exactly what I wanted and needed at the time, so it was cool. I couldn't do the poly. I ain't trying to be nobody's sister wife.
And technically, and I was gonna add this into like polyamory and polygamy, like. It's another kind of big umbrella. So technically, like if I'm correct, open relationships kind of fall into that because when you have some type of polyamorous relationship, it's whatever you want it to be. So a person they could have a main partner who they live with, share bills with, things like that. But then they also have like a partner who they just like to go on dates with, or they like to play video games, or they just have sex and play video games and things like that.
See that
because there's layers to it all.
That is not what I envisioned when I thought about a polyamorous relationship. What I envision is coming home to 6 different niggas.
It's not for the, but that's the thing. I think when we think of polyamory, we think of one thing. But there's a thing I'll send you. It's called I think the middle ground, where they bring different people who have different views together in a room. Guy asks a question and they respond. So they had one with people who were monogamous and people who were polyamorous, and they kind of broke some of that stuff down too.
Do y'all think humans are naturally monogamous?
No.
Hell no.
No.
The fuck?
I mean, that stuff is all
the damn problem with relationships now. We're not naturally that way.
Judeo-Christian, Western type of like thinking that has been.
Shouts out to Pastor Jamal Bryant.
That has been put on all of our minds from the slave trade on, because in our pre-colonial societies, that's what we were doing.
Yeah, we did have multiple
and same-sex relationships too.
But I do think this is what I think. I think that there's a middle ground. So I think that thanks for explaining that, Jamal. Anywho,
by your description, I've been in a poly relationship too.
I think that there's a middle ground. I think that you can start off monogamous. And I think that you all can. It depends for different people. Sometimes it takes 15 years. For some people, it takes 5 too. But there's gonna come a point where you're gonna be like, I'm bored. Like, are we adding someone to the bedroom? Are we gonna make this open? Like, what's going on? So I do think that there's a middle ground. I think that humans can be monogamous for an extended period of time. Do I think like 60 years and shit. Like I even heard like this old lady that I went to test someone because I test people, and I went to test someone, and this old lady was telling me, she was like, I cheated on my husband so many times. I was like, you supposed to be what we supposed to look up to for love.
Damn,
and she,
grandma.
I know plenty.
I had to get it done. I
I
had to do what I had to do. I wanted me some cutty, so I'm like, oh,
baby,
grandma.
I know plenty old folks that done cheated, child.
No, I didn't.
That's
I
where
wasn't
you
testing
get
the
some
grandma.
real
I was
game
testing her.
from.
Her grandma.
No, but she was there while I was testing him, and she let me know like. She's like, what's going on nowadays has always been happening. It's just that people are more transparent about it. And it's not a secret anymore when people are cheating or doing what they're doing. She was like,
well, yeah, with social media and shit like that,
Yeah.
it ain't really, it's not easy to keep it quiet, no?
Yeah, and I think like similar to like Brittany on the screen, because we have a Brittany here as well too. Confused, but the guidelines in everybody's relationship, is different. So like what works for one relationship might not work for yours, and vice versa.
And I tell people all the time, set your own damn rules. Don't look at society standards to tell you what rules you should have in your damn relationship. Y'all two make y'all shit.
I'm trying to find my husband another way. Okay, and I'm not mad at you. If that worked for y'all, shit, do y'all shit. I'm not mad. I love unconventional shit.
Yeah,
I'm all here
I
for
love
it.
whatever works for that couple.
Hello.
As long as y'all both agree, I agree. Goddamn.
Hello.
They got shit to do.
And I think people
like
give too
it.
much of a fuck about what's going on in other people's bedrooms.
All the time.
I told you this yesterday, but I'm gonna say it again for the people. I actually think prostitution or sex work should be legal.
I agree.
I don't think that the government should be able to tell people what to do with their body. We talk about that with abortions, but when it comes to sex work, you want to put stipulations on it and say it illegal.
Sense.
Like it doesn't make sense. If the government can't tell you what to do with your body, how come they can tell you? How come they can't tell you you don't have to have this baby, but they can tell you can't have sex for some money? And if you want to be completely fucking honest, I feel like everybody has prostituted or done sex work
was sitting here thinking that there has never been,
whether you knew it or not,
nobody on this earth who has been sexually active can't say that they've never gotten something
out of it. Exactly.
Period. Whether it was a damn burger at McDonald's, a bracelet from Pandora, or whatever the hell.
Right. Or you gonna drop me off when we get done? Like whatever it is, you gotten something out of it.
So shoot,
prostitution
let
is
the government
legal in
tell
Vegas.
it we all hoes, then we all prostitutes.
Exactly, because I can't say that I've never had sex and been like, okay, so since I did that, can I get this?
I
have too.
Yeah,
definitely have.
No,
I've done it to Doug. Hell, right. So since you just dropped it off in my drawer, can I get this?
And you know what's crazy is women do it all the time, and some women don't think of it as prostitution. But like, if you had sex with this man and you ask him requesting for a Birkin or some type of accessory, heel, that is prostitution. If you want to break it down, that's prostitution. Right. But I'm not mad at you.
Right.
Or if society was the way we needed it, they would just take the label off of them. Just like people can just do what they want to do.
Right. Your body, your choice.
Don't like. I'm literally doing some stuff that's my business in my room or their car or their back alley or behind in between the hotel.
It does not matter. I don't care where
the river
that.
walk, wherever
outside.
Listen, as long as my daughter can't see what you're doing, I don't give a damn. You can do it in public, in private, at the park, at the corner store. I don't care.
I think that the thing with us though is that we're very progressive thinkers. So I don't know if any of the viewers would oppose us. And please, if you do, I would love to hear the opposing opinion.
I'm just really big on minding my damn business.
Hello, and that's what it comes to too. When it comes to like people caring about gay people, seriously, if people minded their own damn business, the world would be a better place. Hello.
Period.
Hello. What goes on in my bedroom what I eat don't make you shit.
And vice versa.
Hello.
And vice versa. And I just feel like, why would I put more onto myself by minding your business when I got my own shit to tend to? I need to make sure my bills is paid.
Hello.
I need to make sure, my daughter doing good, learning how she's supposed to be learning and shit, and working on the goals and stuff that I have. I don't have time to be minding somebody else's stuff. And people really need to put their energy into themselves.
But for the most part, that'd be older people. For the most part. I know there's some young people who were raised by older people who kind of have their same ideals, but for the most part, it'd be older people who be the ones who, I don't know, that's just like care so much about what the fuck you do. Like being gay is like the worst thing in the world.
Like,
and-
would you rather me be a drug dealer,
Right.
and get somebody pregnant?
Probably
or-
for some of them.
Mhm,
Sadly,
like, yep, I'd rather you do that.
sadly, some of them probably would prefer that.
Like, I didn't
It's really
graduate
sad.
high school, college,
Right.
Working, making good money.
Don't matter.
Great circle of friends, but you worry about this one thing.
You
I
worry
had
about
my
me being gay.
grandmother even told me when I told her that Akeem was gay, she was like, "Oh, you should have had sex with him so he would have been straight." Grandma. No, hell no. If that's what it took for him to be straight, well, baby, he was gonna be gay. Sorry to tell you.
So we do have a pretty cool question that's coming up right here. Well,
Let's
that's
see.
not it. This one right here.
Hell
Y'all do
yes.
OnlyFans.
Me and my husband were actually talking about doing OnlyFans together. He is very, very, very supportive.
The only reason why I'm a very progressive thinker, as I just said, the only reason why I would not do it is because of my career objectives. Currently, the field I work in, it would not be
That makes sense.
conducive to me being successful. And then even when I'm going to school for, I don't want to be on CNN one day and somebody be like, "Did you see Don's OnlyFans?"
That
Like,
makes sense. Well,
I-
mine was only gonna be of my feet.
oh, okay. Well, yeah. If I do
So it
an
would've been
OnlyFans,
okay.
I'll
I
do
got
something
nice
like
toes.
cook, even though I can't cook. But I get people to watch, but I know for me,
Would you
people
cook
gonna want to see the
naked?
goods.
Would you cook naked? Or
He
no?
would.
I cook naked all the time, but I don't know if I'll put it on OnlyFans.
Right. Yeah, I think I would. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I would do. It just depends on the conversation. You know, like who your partner or whoever is with. I think I would just like somehow try to like make it as unrecognizable that it's me as possible. So, I
But
wouldn't
you
show
don't
my
have
face.
all the tattoos I have.
I ain't got
Not
no
everybody
tattoos.
know what my feet look like either. So
Right.
I have tattoos that would make me stand out and that people would know it was me.
Yeah. There's a few
So-
people who know our bodies, I'm sure.
Not a few people who know our bodies. I only have.
all hour. The ones who knew my body, that body done changed since then, baby.
Right.
Well, yeah, because I've lost weight, but that don't mean shit.
Child.
No, man,
I met
shit.
Doug at 19. So anybody that saw this body between 16 and 18, that body is extremely
There's a lot of
different.
fetish lovers who like feet. Get them coins. She's talking to you.
Damn.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, people love feet. I have.
Mhm.
That has been probably the biggest fetish I've
Feet
heard
is
in the
like a
last 5
major
years.
thing.
Have
Yeah.
y'all sucked toes before?
Have I done it personally? No. Have I had it done to me? Hell the fuck yes.
I've done both. I'm done. Both.
I ain't never met a man who wanted his toes sucked. And I don't think that I said I was open, but I don't know if I'd be open to sucking a straight
Who you
man.
calling a whore, Joey?
Why you?
Jamie, hey. Oh my God, my friend Jamie. I knew I should have shared this to my Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, Jamie.
Right.
I love
That's what I was
Somebody
doing over here
real quick.
for a while.
Yeah, I
Put it all out there.
was.
Yeah,
I shared it, but
I've
yeah.
had like my feet. I think I've like maybe done it a little bit, but it just depends. So what if Doug like went and got a pedicure and it was like I was just sucking my toes tonight?
Oh wait, what they got?
He better get me hella drunk.
Wait.
He better get me hella
Oh,
drunk.
Oh
Who
shit!
please.
Wait,
My picture gotta be
they got our picture. Oh shit!
Poppin'.
It threw me off.
Right, I don't know if y'all can see it.
Oh, naked. I was naked boots. in
You
that
was
picture.
definitely naked as hell in that picture.
We are looking at our picture.
Yeah. Oh, they can see it
Aw.
too.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Is that at Company Brewing?
that's in Denver.
Oh, that's in Denver.
Not press that on yours.
That's in Houston, ain't it?
Yeah, that's when we was in Houston.
I'm telling you guys, it's wrong. It's wrong.
I didn't know that was gonna be.
Yeah.
Sounds
That's
like-
what that vibe. Okay,
With
sorry.
my talking geek shit shirt on.
We need to
Shouts
get
out
some
to
shirts
Geek Set
that say
Podcast.
horizontal refreshment.
Oh, me and my twin.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
gonna
my
have a
birthday.
Or
little.
the dreads.
Oh.
Ooh.
second dress.
The second dress, right.
Twice.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Come on, Jamali.
Coming through looking like Sage the Gemini and shit.
Oh, we're not just gonna press it on you.
Right. Yeah. So sexuality is definitely something. What we talking? We're talking about OnlyFans.
Yeah, we're talking about OnlyFans and then got to the pictures.
But do y'all have ring lights?
I do.
It sucks because I bought a friend a ring light.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's what I'm using.
I was about to say y'all could use it. Like y'all you can borrow it.
Well, we're supposed to be going to Burgo House after this, so we'll see.
I don't remember that conversation.
Yeah, we'll have to call him before we make any moves. But when it comes, so basically, I'm coming on your podcast, so get ready. When we get ready for guests, we definitely, you definitely are invited.
And I like your breasts in your picture. They look nice.
Right. Speaking of, you know,
it is.
I've been looking at that. I've been meaning to say that.
So I don't know what the there we go again in Houston.
Yeah.
I don't know what the next topic will be about. We haven't discussed that. Obviously, we plan this out before we do it. But when the next topic it's coming, and we're gonna like when I say this is about sex, we're gonna break some barriers, baby.
Hey,
yes. We are definitely gonna.
And as y'all can tell, we are very open and honest. So fasten your damn seatbelt.
Yeah. We coming hard. We coming on you. We coming everywhere.
We're coming on you.
We coming on you.
It's the wettest podcast around.
Hello, and why we call it the wettest, y'all? It's because this is a Cancer. This is a Cancer, and I'm a Pisces. Water signs. Right. Period. Drowning. So y'all gonna be drowning, dripping in it. Okay.
You do have porn star titties. Yes, you do.
I got porn star titties.
Right. Are there any signs y'all don't want on here?
Yeah, a Leo and Aquarius.
Well, you know, a Leo is probably gonna end up being on here, at least one.
Alex?
Yes.
Okay, well, Alex is on the cusp.
Because you're not gonna do my sister.
I'm definitely, I love Alex like I love you.
I know.
Tried it.
I'm just saying because you said.
But
no
Alex
Leos.
is on the cusp, so she got Virgo traits, so she does not count.
Leo.
Whatever. But we want to thank y'all for tweeting and stuff. Yeah,
to the wettest podcast on the network.
Right.
Yeah,
we definitely
sure
are
are.
with it. The wettest podcast.
We
around.
keep it moist.
Hello,
over here.
it's wet.
Right. Make sure you wear your rain boots. Love seeing y'all.
Get your boots and your coat for this wet ass pussy.
Right. We playing all in your throat as we exit.
All right. Ooh, she a Scorpio.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.